Here we are on building site 2, following a few short days of demolition. In the previous episode, you saw us knock down the original Vanua 2 and Vanua 3, situated right in the middle of the resort. We have less than 10 weeks to rebuild these cabins and have them ready for a guest booking. In case you're new to our channel, first of all, welcome to the tribe. And second of all, welcome to the chaos of construction in this extreme environment. We are up against some serious challenges and we really hope that you'll stick around and enjoy what's coming up in this episode. What's happening today, Arlo? What are you doing?
So we're just measuring out the blocks and checking the actual overall size for the 2 different areas to make sure we're putting the right house in the right spot. Yeah. And there's a crazy crayfish in the hole.
A crayfish? Yeah, oh my goodness.
So it was very undynamic. Look at him. So if we could get one more metre off the back and gain 1 more metre, I'd feel even better about that.
So as you could see, this morning was all about marking out the new site for the bungalows. Obviously we've done a lot of these calculations and measurements previously, but there were old buildings there. So now that the building is gone, Jason Grant can really kind of mark out the exact positioning of the bungalow to make sure that we've chosen the right site, because this time we're building another bungalow the same as what we've done previously, but then we're also building a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, family accommodation, which is a lot bigger, a lot wider. So that's what they're doing this morning while the rest of the team continue to pick up everything.
I think she might have met a green ant's nest. What do you reckon?
You how are you? Okay, for carry. Sorry for you. What not strong think.
Waiting to follow eat. Or not follow thinking.
Imi no sabe. I actually missed filming today. Here at the front of the old cabin 3, they've actually dug up all of the plants and relocated them, so we have salvaged a lot of the plants that were here. They were actually put there not too long ago to try and improve the look of the front of the house, so all of those plants have been relocated already. Some of them are just here in the bushes behind me, and others will be used for landscaping in a couple of weeks' time. So Rob is carrying on with the demo on this house now for the rest of the afternoon, while Jason Grant start profiling the site for our first big 2-bedroom family bungalow.
So one thing that's difficult about this particular site is that we are actually forced to put the building quite close to the seashore, just because of where we have water tanks and some other things behind us here. Unfortunately, over the last 2 years we've seen dramatic erosion on all these outer barrier reef islands due to an overall increase in mean sea level by about 0.225, which is massive. That's almost a foot. Now this is a periodic thing that's happening because of the weather patterns, but what's happening is these increased sea levels, along with some really bad weather that we've had over the last 2 years, is causing mass erosion, and we're now forced to try and re-secure this seashore to make sure that the house is safe, but also do it in a way that is aesthetically pleasing so that we still have these beautiful sand beaches for our guests to utilise. So we are planting out a lot of really robust species along the foreshore here that will actually hold this ground together. So this site needs particular attention right now to make sure we don't lose any more of this foreshore, and the last thing we need right now is any weather from the south, and unfortunately there's a little bit of stuff forecast, but we're hoping that it's going to dissipate and not turn into anything too crazy.
I'm just back from down at the site, and what's going on here? Look at this book. I have printed almost 2 reams worth of paper today, which doesn't sit well with my little environmental brain. Anywho, why have we got that twice? Anyway, most of today I've still been printing and organising resources for Arlo starting school tomorrow, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I still haven't even finished. And my brain is just managing to hold on, because I'm thinking about so many things at the moment, and with the rebuild happening, everything that's going on down there, plus also planning out these vlogs for you guys and what we want to share with you and show you during this process, which I think most of you will find pretty interesting. Make sure you do leave a comment below if there's something in particular you want to see throughout this process, or what you think about it, whether this interests you or if we're just making this one for the record books, I don't know, but there's probably going to be quite a few episodes on this rebuild. And in the process of all of this happening, of course, Arlo is starting school, and it's a big change for our family and for him. So aside from organising all of these materials, I have spent a fair bit of time with Alton today going through the lesson plans for the week, and there's a whole bunch of resources that we have to get together. And as an example, I mean, a lot of people at home would make Play-Doh, but for us to make Play-Doh, I had to organise to have a couple of ingredients, cream of tartar and food colourings and things, sent down from the capital on the ship over the weekend. It's just arrived. It's now 4 p.m. on Sunday. He starts school in the morning, and the first activity for science includes the Play-Doh. So I have to go and make Play-Doh. I'm going to make some snacks, because snacks are insanely important for everybody in life, but especially children, and especially in their first week of school. So I'm going to go up and make some wholesome snacks and get the kids' dinner ready nice and early, so that we can have a relaxed, calm dinner for Arlo tonight and an early night to bed. But yes, my brain is only just dealing with all of this. It is a lot. There is a lot going on right now, but it's all good, exciting stuff, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else doing anything else, so I'm grateful for that. I literally just printed 200 of the wrong pages. I could die. 200 of the wrong pages. Oh.
One eternity later.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What time is it?
10 o'clock.
What are you making?
Play-Doh. School tomorrow.
I'm making pesto. Got some crackers in. Cupcakes are done.
We're prepping for the school week, people.
Oh yeah, that's looking good. They look epic. I didn't score them at all, so this is gonna be like random.
Just break apart. They're the most expensive top.
Those of you who have never made pesto before, it's like the easiest thing in the universe to make. You put all the green stuff and the like herby stuff in, then you put the oil in, then you put the nuts in, and then you blend it. And then it's done. Honestly, why pay $12 for a little tub of pesto? And you make it yourself.
Why pay money for Play-Doh? You can make it yourself.
Oh look, I'd probably buy Play-Doh right
You just
about
need
now.
cream of tartar, which we had to get from an island. Not this island.
Very far.
Very far from the tartar.
Show me your dough. Some pretty good looking Play-Doh.
Let's go to bed. Good morning. Is it your first day of kindy today? Good morning, schoolboy.
Good morning, Arlo.
You ready for school? Yeah? You say good morning to Alton? Arlo, you excited? Yeah. Morning, Alton.
Good morning.
Getting your desk ready? It's okay, you put it down. This is your space. Wow. You got your little joogie.
Oh, we have to find flowers.
You can find Arlo some flowers today if you want to. That'd be nice.
Help.
Like your new desk? Oh, Daddy did a good job.
And what does it say for you, Daddy?
Look at Mummy. Looking good.
Lemon went down, down, down to the river and it did. Lemon went down, down, down to the river.
One of the really special things about the lifestyle that we choose is the proximity that we have to our kids every single day. The timing of Arlo starting school during this build was undeniably difficult, and it's actually impossible for us to show you just how much effort we put in running between the job site and the classroom to support Arlo. We could probably make an entire series on that experience alone, but for now, back to the build.
This is so pretty deep.
So that's the rock.
Yeah, that's to get to bedrock. So because the auger's not working, yeah? That's really annoying.
What's happened?
Oh, the one hose we don't have a spare for is broken. Of course. So we can't use hem for auxiliary. For come later. So it might be break long time, but you mean no sabe no more. Yeah, you mean no use him.
Did you break it, Rob?
No.
Oy. Sorry, Kabota. So essentially our small excavator has an attachment called an auger, which makes digging holes a lot easier and a lot faster. We had broken a part which we urgently sent to the capital to be repaired and returned by air freight, which by some miracle arrived back on the island in time for the job. Then, as we were about to get started, we discovered another broken part which we do not have spares for, and now we don't have time to replace. So holes would need to be dug manually. Little did we know this was just the beginning of the problems that we would face during this stage of the build.
We're just going to dig down manually and then see how far it is to actually get down to bedrock. We can only get as deep as we can go when there's water in holes, because we've got high tides all day, every day. Woo!
Alright, second site.
Yep. So we went with the original plan of putting all 4 of the singles in a row and then the first double behind us on the bigger site. It was really deceptive when we were laying it all out. This looks smaller, but it's actually bigger. And this just has more open space because there's less trees. So yeah, Dad's put in the original pegs and we're just going to check them now and see that that's exactly where we want it. And then we'll square the building off. And
this site's a bit further back from the shoreline.
Yeah,
so.
a lot further back. This one is an issue, but we can't change it. We actually have to change the edge of the island, not where we place the building.
And it's also going to be spectacular because it's on the beach.
It's phenomenal. Because you're up quite high, you're going to feel like you're pretty much over the water. And it's, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a bit noisy if it's really rough.
Yeah, but we're thinking long term as well,
yeah.
Making sure that it's in a position that's going to be okay with rising sea levels. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's happened?
Because I wasn't able to be here this morning and I didn't put my 2 cents worth in early enough, they set the building out and I want it to move just a little bit. So my poor father, who's been slaving away.
Poor Grant.
Oh, stop Grant, right? He's throwing stuff at me now.
You get it done before lunch?
Yeah, we'll get done. What are the measurements, Dad?
9 meters.
What's this? What's this? You are here. Hot little bit.
Sweet, hot.
Hey, I was just coming down to see you. What's up?
Oh, these tides are just killing us. We've got like 3 days to pull these posts, and every time we dig a hole it fills in with water. We can't line up any of the footings because we can't keep everything square. It's a nightmare. Due to the gravitational forces exerted on the Earth by the Moon and the Sun, coastal areas generally experience 2 high and 2 low tides every 24 hours. Tides are experienced differently around the world, mostly due to differences in geography. Upi is a barrier reef island within a large archipelago, with deep ocean to the north but shallow lagoon to the south, connected by a deep water passage to the east but a shallow water passage to the west. With a small tidal range of less than 1 metre, we typically only observe 1 high and 1 low tide per day, as movement of water is so impacted by our surroundings. So much so that the second high and second low tide are basically cancelled out. So why does this matter? Because here on the island, for the 4 days we had allocated to pouring concrete footings, we wouldn't see a low tide during daylight hours. Instead, we had extremely high tides all day, filling holes with water, making the job difficult, and we were forced to pull night shifts between 11 PM and 3 AM just to get the job done.
Must work to help Daddy
Okay.
to build the new house in.
Great job. That's fantastic. He's doing concreting today. Are you good at concreting?
Yeah.
Huh. Lucky.
To Daddy, it's taking a long way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a long way.
Yeah.
Not as far as the first cabins we built.
Yeah.
Bit closer.
Yeah.
That's good.
Bye-bye.
Nice baby girl. Is it all rubbed in?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
One needs up. Two inches no more. Up. 1 inch come up or 7 more. This one we can do. Me professor from this one. What trouble is here? Jay and Camel is here. No Sava putting this one.
Oh, the student blew you, yeah?
Yeah, not the student.
She's already covered in concrete.
Did they get much done last night?
Yeah, they got a lot of footings done, but we're just starting off, you know, first mix for the project. It all just takes a bit of time.
So will they have to work tonight again?
Yeah, and the next one. So if you think about this project from a logistical point of view, it is extremely complex. We have to order a lot of things from Australia because we need a lot of high quality materials in these builds, and there's definitely no Bunnings down the road. It's a lot of different sources for different products, and if any one of those suppliers has a delay, it really causes a really big delay on our end because everything sort of echoes down the chain. We also have two amazing timber suppliers who are producing timber for this build. We're actually going to try and take you guys along on a ride to go and see this sawmill in action and see what these suppliers do. It's incredible, and we think it'll be a really awesome thing to show you guys. So hopefully that's going to come up in the next week or two.
You guys are doing a great job. All right.
Enjoy job.
Enjoying the job.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Liana.
Liana.
We struggled on with night works battling the tides, only to be tested even more by Mother Nature. Leave a construction emoji in the comments if you think we can do it. The YouTube recommendation system and myself and Jace, we really need to feel your support right now. We appreciate it. See you in the next one. Liana. Good building conditions.
Yeah.